Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. For my next Blender project, I decided to go out of my comfort zone, and this time I'll be attempting to do a sci-fi ship. So because this is the first time I'm doing something like this, I decided to start with a sketch first. You know, download some inspiration off the internet and try to come up with a concept that's decent, not really after originality or anything, just to have something to start the model with, and also to guide me through the modeling process. So starting with the default cube, I started adding edges to make the mass a bit more articulated. Actually, most of the time, I don't mind not deleting the default cube. I think it's a good start for most of my models. Though I don't think I need to copy it on the side, which I always do coming from my CAD background. I always save it on instinct. So now roughly what I'm trying to do is try to approximate the silhouette of the sketch. So I always have my sketch on the side just to, keep things grounded, making sure that I have the reference always available. Here I'm trying to scale it but constrained to one side, which is a good trick, but I still stumble with the hotkeys from time to time. I'm pulling down some edges, making sure everything's lined up. This is something I do now, which is I always get part of an existing model and use that as a starting point for my next model. Maybe just apply the transform. I always do that. I think it's a good way for me to conceptualize everything as connected. So extruding, pulling, maybe adding more edges. By the way, this video only covers the massing of this model. I'm still working on it as of the moment. Of course, for this model, this is actually rationalized a lot from the sketch. The sketch is more dynamic, so to speak. So this is like trying to get the proportions into real world dimensions. So I believe it's gonna be dynamic. The dynamism actually comes from the camera, not from the model itself. Like, I think the form right now is already dynamic, but I think what makes it really look good is the angle on the camera and the lighting and all those other stuff. So now I'm actually halfway through the massing. Yeah, I used the same form to get the lower part of the design. Just deleted that edge and then rotate. This modeling process is actually more of a feel kind of modeling rather than being technical about it. Like, in sci-fi, anything goes. So this is not about aerodynamics or anything. This is about making something look good. And actually, at this point, I'm thinking of quantifying the amount of parts that I needed to do, because later I'm planning to make a series of parts that I can bash together for other models. Now there's gonna be a connection here, because I'm thinking that when the ship lands, the lower part, the hanging part is gonna fold up, and then the landing gear comes down. Yeah, I just modeled half of it because the other half is gonna be just mirrored on the other side. And this one is for the cockpit of the pilot. I think on the sketch it's more dynamic, but here I made it smaller. I actually plan on adjusting this as I model along, probably when I added more details. Yeah, barely functioning cockpit. Trying to get a good view for the pilot. Yeah, I think that's it for this model. On my next video, I'll be attempting to make a texture for this massing, and then the next ones would be the details of each part. Bye!